Hey, this is Anastasia Beaverhausen.
And Bob Billy Thornton.
Bob Billy.
Yeah, Bob Billy.
This is one of two of thrift stores that are on Highway 70.
Yeah, just
This one's a hole in the wall.
yeah, I don't know what this place is called. It was very dark in there. Kind of spooky.
Very crowded.
Yeah. I didn't really find anything in here. Found like a 2DS, but the screen was really scratched and I don't even know if it worked.
It's very clothes and shoes heavy. And just packed. See this giant furniture?
Was it heavy like D?
Heavy in the middle. It's just too much in one room, and it was such a small room.
This is one of those places you go to and a lot of the stuff was all in tubs and boxes. Which sometimes, that's cool and I don't mind looking through it, but it's just piles and piles and piles of stuff on top of one another. And there's, even if you remove something, you didn't have anywhere to put it to like look at other stuff.
It was very dark, and the floor was uneven, and it's just a path, like a hoarder's house.
Yeah. When you walk in the,
There's no rhyme or reason or organization of much.
now I'd be mad if I was looking right now and saw a moose cub.
Would you go back there for a moose cup?
Probably just to get in a moose cub.
Whatever's there, it was probably there like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Moose Cup.
We will.
Yeah, we will. But
um,
yeah, it was very dark in this back part. I don't know if we even get that far back where you can see how dark it is, but there's a certain part of the building where I don't think the lights worked at all and you couldn't even see in there. My signature hoodie you see in almost every video we do. At least in the fall and winter.
we turned around to go back to where we came from, but if you looked in the video down that way, it got darker and darker and more cluttered, and I just didn't feel safe.
Yeah, there's the 2DS that had the scratch screen. This next place here is Second Fling. Well, that's a giant mud puddle outside of Second Fling, but this is Second Fling, which is another thrift store on Highway 70 outside of Goldsboro, or I don't know, I guess it's still in Goldsboro, but
I've been coming to this place as long as I can remember. I used to come with my grandma and my aunt.
I had a grandma once.
And
you know,
I
She
remember
was
things being
delicious.
much less than they are now.
this place used to have a giant chair outside that was like 2 stories tall or something. It was like a giant advertisement for lawn furniture. Just pretty cool. I don't know if anybody you could sit in it or not, but it was always there for a long time. But they got out of selling that lawn furniture. Now they just sell regular furniture and clothes and movies and household items.
I tried to zoom in on some price tags to get an idea of what was on it. This is the type of place where it'll have um, the different seasons, I guess, on the tag. So if that chair there is still there, like 2 seasons from now, it may drop $10 in price. At least that's my understanding.
Yeah, they'll have like a price tag with a different dates on it, and if it hadn't sold by the time that date gets there, it'll be marked down, and then there'll be another date after that, and then the same thing over and over again until it's finally sold cheaper. There's a section over here where they usually keep electronics and DVDs and video games when they do have them. But they don't even let you go back there to look at it, which kind of sucks because it's kind of hard to get back there and look.
I feel like every time we come here, it's very busy too.
Yeah. It's very cramped in here too.
Mm-hmm.
They have so much stuff in here. Like, especially, well, I say especially in the front, but actually every part of the building is just really packed everywhere.
Feels like a fire hazard.
Yeah.
I've noticed too, when we look at clothes, that you could buy clothes retail for cheaper.
It's kind of expensive. They'll have shoes in there for full price retail, and they'll have hats for full price retail. But this is a consignment store where people bring stuff and then the store sells it for you, and then they get a percentage and you get a percentage. That's why it's such a high markup. Some Catherine Chancellor jewelry.
Sometimes if you look through everything, you can find something that's been there for a few months, so you get the lower price
Yeah.
on the ticket. But there's so much stuff in this place that you could be here for hours searching through everything.
I think when we were there this time, there was a guy looking for Sling Blade on DVD.
I've never seen that.
I've seen it before because I look at DVDs all the time, but I'm never looking to buy it. And he said it's been out of print. I don't know if that's true or not. I hadn't looked to see, but
So I look for Sling Blade every time I look at DVDs.
no, I'm not looking for it. I don't know what it sells for.
There's this narrow hallway where there's mirrors and pictures and I believe wallpaper. I don't know.
It's also where the bathroom is in that hallway, which kind of sucks because when you blow up a giant dump in there, or anybody does, it just smells up the whole place because you have to walk that way.
Mm-hmm. Everyone passes it.
Yeah. So you're gonna smell it, whether your crap or somebody else's. I think this section here is where they keep like the men more expensive clothes that they sell. This is where they have the full price shoes and hats. I had a hat in there for like $60 one day, which was crazy to me.
I like to look at the ties. I think I've said it before, but our kids are in college. We have one out of college, and we're hoping that they find employment soon.
It says 75% off.
That's the only reason I bought it, is because those ties were very pricey otherwise. And I like this UNC one. That's actually a gift for somebody where you're not a sports family.
Yeah. And if you like them, that's great. Enjoy.
Yeah.
It's just not for us. Speaking of DVDs, talking about that earlier. Today I wanted to watch my Bruce Lee movies in that collection I got somewhere. And every single DVD is so scratched and won't even play.
Did you get it on eBay?
No. I think I got it at like a yard sale or thrift store for like really cheap. And I think I was so excited to get it at the time I didn't even check the disc, but they all look terrible.
Always check your disc.
Yeah, always check them. I know I've said that before, but
you don't want to just check to see if it's in there. You want to make sure that it's not scratched.
Yeah.
Same with video games.
yeah. I know I didn't pay much for it, but it was still disappointing because I wanted to watch it. Back here in the back is they call it the rags the riches, or
Do they?
yeah, I think so. Maybe not this particular part, but like the clothing part behind this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it like bougie stuff?
Well, I don't even know why
Is
they
it
call
rags
it.
or riches?
It might be rich as the rags. I don't know. it might be going the opposite direction because the cheaper stuff is like, at least the clothes in the back are way cheaper than the ones in the front. But the clothes back here are more like the bin item stuff that you would find at Goodwill.
If you see me make crazy turns, it's just, I'm trying to stay away from people and give them their space. And If it's going too fast, then slow it down. There's a feature, I think, on YouTube where you can slow it down.
Yeah, I think so. Some Pyrex, that's some good stuff.
You're stupid. This place does not have heat or air in the back. It's like a big warehouse, and it's very cold this day.
Yep. It's very, very cold in the winter and very hot in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
At least in the back part.
They could stand to have a sale where everything's like $1 and or
Mhm.
less.
Yeah, all these stores. Goodwill should do the same. Which I
'Cause
guess in
there's
Goodwill bin stores, that's what they have.
stuff on the shelves that has been there for a while. Sometimes you'll find something neat.
And other times you'll just find adult diapers.
Mm-hmm.
But, you might need them. So,
That
you
might be a score for you.
yeah.
We're gonna need them soon.
Like to
Maybe
me,
not soon, but one day.
yeah. To me, I'm like, wow, I found Smash Brothers on GameCube for $5. That's a score. And then an old person would be like, wow, I found 5 adult diapers for $1. That's a score.
Some,
Yeah, I mean, hey, I mean, like you
somebody
said,
might dig it.
well, kind of cool globe light there,
Yes,
like
I
that.
like that.
There's a turd.
Somebody pooped on that.
Yeah, and then put a smiley face on it.
They have purses and baskets and napkins, and I'm in the lunch boxes right now.
I like that red stripe bag. That's neat.
Appliances, books.
Grandma,
Forever.
that's you?
Cornucopias. Turkey baskets for Thanksgiving. Gobble gobble.
Sometimes I look at the old sheets or curtains to see if there's anything we like for our house or something we could flip.
Sometimes you can find some really cool like 80s bed sheets.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different ones we found, like Rainbow Bright, Transformers maybe, G.I. Joe.
I found a Superman one from the 70s.
Yeah, that one was cool.
My Little Pony.
Rainbow Bright one was really cool. We found that time.
There's one we found.
Is that Joe Camel? Joe Camel bed sheets that just stained yellow.
You had to, what is it, like box tops on the cigarettes used to, you collect a certain amount and mail it in.
Camel Cash.
Camel Cash.
Yeah. You get the catalog from the store and it would have like shirts and hats and coats and bags and coolies and all kinds of stuff you could get with a Camel Cash.
I'm not really zooming in on anything in particular because this place is huge and I wasn't super interested in anything in particular they had this day.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to catch it all in the time we're here before my phone died. You asked about the sheets that I got. I found one at a yard sale last summer. What was it? It was like a side character from a cartoon. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Never mind.
You don't remember what cartoon it was? Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. Kind of starting to remember. If I remember, I'll say it.
Okay. It was a weird side character from a cartoon that ended up having its own spin-off in the 80s.
Yeah.
But it didn't air but for maybe less than 10 episodes or something. Pink Panther.
Yeah. Was
Okay.
that Pink Panther Kids or
It was
something like that?
There's some show after Pink Panther's success. I guess there were spin-offs of Pink Panther. I don't know.
If we find it and remember it, we'll insert it in the video here.
Right.
What is that? Is that a sextant? What? What is this thing? Is it directions for a ship or something?
You're asking the wrong person.
That look on like one of them green lawnmowers down there.
Mm. Sometimes you can find decent furniture, I guess, compared to retail.
Any good board games? I don't
Not
see
this
none.
day. No. You think of anything, they have it at this store. There's stuff for your wedding and carpet remnants and sewing supplies.
And VHS tapes, if you're looking at. And then over here behind the VHS tapes, I saw some headboards. So if you need that, more baskets. I always wonder if anybody's like fell like and just knocked a whole like stand of glasses and just shattered them all. You ever think that's happened anyway?
It's so cluttered in there.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of space for people with like walkers or canes. I can imagine that didn't you go in there before your back surgery and you were in a wheelchair and you couldn't get
Yeah, and
down certain
I
aisles?
couldn't even go down but just a handful, like pretty much just the main aisle, and look at just a few things, and that was it.
Yes, this is not
So yeah, if you have
wheelchair
limited
friendly.
mobility, can't walk very good, or are in a wheelchair, it's very hard to get around in here.
It's disappointing because, if they would get rid of the Tupperware with no lids and
Yeah.
the garbage that doesn't sell, then maybe they could expand their aisles a little bit.
I think they did drop the prices of these DVDs, because I think they used to be like $2 each, and now they're like $1 or less. It's like as many times as we've been in here, I think I've looked through them all like 1,000 times, and it's always the same ones. It seems like.
Appreciate you watching if you're still watching. If I go too fast filming and zooming around, like I said, I think you can slow it down if you're really curious of what's on the shelves. But this is just another thrift store that was in our area we wanted to check out.
And this is probably the longest standing one that I can think
the
of.
oldest one in town that's still remaining.
That's still there, because like I said, or she said at the beginning of the video, this place has been here as long as I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going as a kid getting Star Wars toys in like the mid 80s or something.
Yep.
And they have a ton of CDs here too, but majority of them seem to be like 90s country, which if that's your thing, cool, but I didn't see a ton in there that I'm interested in.
Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe. They can't all be winners.
Yep. There'll be more videos coming. Different stores, different places, different things. So definitely, if you like it, that's great, and keep watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, everyone!